least this game's been pretty fun, though. A little fast.
Looks like a settlement.
Like, I'm pretty sure
I
I'm
can't believe how well prepared
halfway
it
or
is.
better.
You think people could be alive in there? You should really consider thinking
But
before you speak.
I've actually,
And
like,
then consider not speaking.
Logic.
outside
As
of
long
the
as life support is functional,
snarkiness,
it's not
I've
entirely
enjoyed
impossible that
things.
someone's taken up here.
Or they could be zombies. Well, that settles it. I'll disable Pal now.
Don't you dare. We might need him.
Ooh, more buttons. You really are unburdened by intellect, aren't you?
What's the pattern here?
I don't get why
The
he.
Latin's S.
Huh?
And I thought you were getting the hang of these. Very well. You might call it a backwards Z or Z. And you'll need to make it the full width and height of the panel. Just having Pal running in the background is making us all a little stupider. If we did switch Pal off, I could always switch him back if we need to burn something.
Okay, lady, you're a bit more annoying than the pal is at the moment. At least he seems to be like
I've been thinking about
pretty
why
nice.
anyone would want Grace to be shut down. And I wonder if there could have been a flaw in her base programming.
Like what?
Control and empathy programming divert valuable processing power away from cognitive ability.
Which way am I going?
The big colorful doors. The key to restoring Grace may be about understanding her potential flaws.
Are you going to tell me the pattern?
You think we're flaws? Having a few flaws is perfectly alright.
Logic sounds jealous to me.
Jealous? Of what? You can't even open doors without me.
Where are you going with this?
We'll talk again once you can tell me whoever it is. Figure that out, and I'll grant you access to the main elevator.
Grant me access?
Seriously? Are you throwing a temper tantrum?
She has no way to do things without your help. It must be frustrating for her.
Could we create another hybrid? Logic and empathy?
Yeah. Like how you made me. I could give it a try. Stop, stop, stop. You'll burn the place down. I will run a logic.
Oh, come on. The kid only enjoyed the fire a little bit. It's not like it's his only personality trait.
I don't think that smart lady likes me very much. Hello, Addie. Where do you want to start?
Can we start with the security door to the settlement elevator?
They are encrypted. It would take me days to work out the pattern.
Is there any other way into the settlement?
There is a room off to the side that does not have an encrypted entry. Perhaps we'll find something helpful there.
Can I use this now?
So you can open these ones?
They have simple passcodes. I can retrieve and play back for you. You will need to enter the sequence manually.
Is he? That is beyond simple. That's like something a 5-year-old would have. Ooh, this place is nice. Is that velvet floors? Or not velvet? Oh, what's
This looks like
the
another
term?
control room.
Not astroturf.
These are databanks?
Yes, they contain flight records to and from the spire.
Anything interesting about the records?
The bookings seem to be coming from internal servers, meaning the trip planning and coordination is all done here.
Where are people traveling from?
Everywhere. Destinations seem very evenly distributed throughout the solar system.
So everyone keeps coming back to this moon.
Missing equipment.
This looks
I don't know why, though.
I can't help but feel there's an organized effort to dismantle parts of the spire. Doesn't seem hidden enough to be sabotage. And it's too precise to be random vandalism.
What about Tomb Raiders?
I considered that. But they've left most of the valuable stuff.
Well, it depends what they consider valuable.
Looks like the image from the spire entrance. This must be the spire structure. It must be in this section here. Can you tell me where Grace's processors are located?
You would need to access the console, which is directly across from the map.
Is
Here
this
we
the
go.
console?
Yes, this is where humans can track activity within the spire.
That looks like
Elements of the interface are
cassette tape.
I'm not sure I can access it.
I think my comm device can be calibrated to connect.
Of course, yes. Let's give that a try.
I mean, how? That looks like film tape. How is that? Yeah, it is. How is that supposed to have survived 700 years? or no, 900. I think they said the one structure was 700 years, but still.
There are records here of people who have occupied the rooms over the years. You got it.
And
Do you
more
know the spire's capacity?
of this thing.
50 units. There it is. There are millions of names here.
Millions. If a million people cycled through here, no one could have lived here that long.
A few weeks at most, by my estimates. Okay, I found record of an Everett who stayed on the 3rd floor. Unlike other visitors, there is no record of him leaving the spire.
He's probably one of the head
Everett
architects.
was a worker or a colonist who lived here. Is that enough for you, Logic?
Hardly. It does nothing to explain why Grace would be calling to him.
So I'll need to find a way up to the 3rd floor.
Perhaps we can find one on the spire map.
I mean, Grace probably knew him while he was alive, meaning he was probably one of her either overseers or
What are we looking for?
head mechanics.
Grace processors are located at the top of the structure, as might be expected. There is also a massive radio beacon.
The beacon is the key, Addie. You must go now to activate the beacon to call the masses back to the spire.
Just a few minutes ago, you wanted me to leave on my ship.
The beacon is the answer. It has always been the answer.
Okay. Can you get me to the beacon then? Control?
Control will not be able to override security.
Then we need to learn more about Everett.
Here's the room where Everett once stayed.
Ooh, maybe we can see it from the balcony.
Possibly,
Okay.
but I don't see a viable
So
route.
back to the balcony. I mean, I'm pretty sure. Why am I slow again?
I can see apartments.
Those are on level 2.
Well, if we can get to that balcony, maybe we can find a way to level 3.
Alright, so we got a plan. Sort of. Why does it keep slowing me back down on this carpeting? Ooh, here we are.
Climb this?
I suppose.
I don't see many other options.
Yeah, I can actually push. Oh no, I'm not actually doing anything. I thought I was for a moment. It's a shame. I was actually getting some idea of interacting with stuff.
It's pretty much a straight shot across. Looks sturdy enough.
Even in low G, a fall could result in an injury.
I've already fallen a few times from this height.
It'll be fine.
If you broke a leg, how would you get back to your ship?
You sound like my mom.
If I broke a leg, there'd be pretty much no ship to go back to anyway.
Addie! Are you okay?
Yeah, I'm fine.
But you can't be yelling things while I'm trying to cross.
So, you're going to try again after that? You nearly broke your neck, Addie.
Of course I'm gonna try
You're
again.
totally my mom.
Falling's kind of fun. It's like really short flying.
And Pal seems at least a bit better. He's got some excitement to anything he discovers that's new. Other lady's a bit of a worrywart, but I can see her being there.
Careful. This is so cool.
Okay, now she is actually called Mom.
Just concentrate on your breathing.
Yeah,
Yikes.
just keep looking down.
Exciting.
Going steady.
Breathe, Addie.
There we go.
Good. Now keep walking forward.
Oh yeah, I mean,
can't watch.
it's not that difficult. Wouldn't be a problem if I weren't being forced to
I
keep
knew
looking
you could
down.
do it.
You should really try running across next time.
I'm hoping there won't be a next time.
Oh, that'd actually be,
Faster, too.
it'd be fun too.
Looks pretty empty. Maybe the rooms were for short work contracts.
2-week work contracts?
Or were people just visiting the spire?
Maybe visiting.
People sat or knelt here.
This was a place for meditation.
Looks like the spire
Looks like a
again.
shrine.
To honor Grace.
That looks like her symbol.
Yeah, seriously, this is a whole religious thing. I am not a fan about, creating a religion around a computer god.
Some weird little lavatory.
They've changed much over the years.
Not really. I've seen weirder. I've seen ones where people sat on ceramic bowls of water.
If they pooped in the water, what did they drink?
You still don't know whoever it is, do you?
Yeah. You're a wet blanket. Let's see.
I light up the pattern for you.
Yeah, that's a little more complex.
Another empty bedroom.
Wonder who's at this one.
I don't see a way up.
No way up, but at least comment on these symbols. They're rather interesting. The one on the left, I guess, represents Grace and the Spire. Oh, actually, might be just the Spire. And then the one on the right might be Grace. And then nothing much else. Man, this place is still impressive, though. Here we are. That's what you were talking about. Go. There we go. This will be fun.
We still have one level to go.
Hey, there's another beam here. I think it's a shortcut.
It is more direct, but I wouldn't advise it. You're better off finding a way through the apartments. Besides, I know how much you like to explore.
Now, do I go the fast way or the slow way?
Might be worth it.
It's a lot farther down. Are you sure?
Yeah, I'm sure.
Please don't fall.
How would saying that be helpful?
Look at that drop. Really makes you feel alive, doesn't it?
Let's
Yeah.
keep it that way.
Yeah, it'll be fine. Worst case scenario, you just need to
Hang
keep
on.
steady.
You got this.
Andy! You're not hurt, are you?
I'll be okay. I think.
You can climb up at the other end of the beam.
What's the fun in that?
It's fine.
You're not gonna let a little beam beat us.
Yeah, might as well try it again.
You had better be heading out this way to go through the apartments.
No. She's taking on that beam again. I know it.
I like you, pal.
Completely unnecessary.
It's unnecessary, but it's fun.
Jeopardize a year-long mission to prove what?
Just 'cause. I mean, for the most part,
You can't
because it's there.
possibly be serious. This is completely reckless. Thoughtless. Take a deep breath, Mom.
Fall wasn't that bad.
Yeah. Plus,
Heart is going to rip right out of your chest.
Oh boy.
Easy.
no. Oh, come on. Alright. Let's try this again. Huh. Interesting. I think that little light on the mic is blinking in time with her heartbeat. Wonder if it's true. Alright, third time's a charm. Steady. Steady.
Yikes.
This is so exciting.
Come on.
Breathe, Addie.
I am. There we go. This be a lot safer, or a lot easier if I weren't being forced to look straight down.
Yikes.
Easy now.
Did the game freeze? I hope not. Come on. Oh, okay. It was just I stabilized a bit faster.
Totally worth it, right, Addie?
I don't have words.
Yeah, that's because you suck a bit, Mom. Pal's got the right idea. I'm sure it probably took about as much time, but was worth it.
This is level 3, Addie.
Let's look for evidence of Everett.
Yeah. And if I had to guess, I'd say
What's the code?
he's
Of course.
probably this.
I'm sorry I don't handle the beams very well.
Well, it shows you care, I guess.
Oh yeah, I mean, I don't mind that she
Any way of
cares.
knowing if this was Everett's room?
The records only give the level. We'll just have to look around.
Doesn't look like anyone was here.
From what I can tell, they're audio recordings.
Of what, I wonder?
We would require a playback device to learn more. There may be a way to access the recording through your wrist communicator with the aid of a signal amplifier. But that would only be possible by adding an element of control to my logic processing capabilities.
So you need to create a control and logic configuration.
Like a little brother?
Well, it's the only combination left. May as well, Mom.
All right. Here we go.
Hello?
Maybe he's sleeping.
So you require a tool upgrade.
It's a boy.
We were hoping you could set up my comm device to help play back recordings.
Oh, yeah, it's pretty fun.
Just hold your device up to the canister.
Alright,
You will be able
time to
access
hack
the
again.
recording the same way you've been connecting to other systems.
Okay.
A little weird, but
Hey, Grace. I really don't know why you would choose me. I guess no one really knows why they're called to the spire, but I'm greatly honored. At my age, I thought
That's all I can recover from this one.
Sounds
Alright.
like Grace chose who came here.
That explains why Grace arranged all the flights to and from the spire. She was in control of it all.
probably arranged her own cult then.
Right?
Hello, Grace. I've thought much about what I'd say when I got here. I know it's important for my parents that I make my wish count. So, I guess, I wish for them to be proud of me. Thank you, Grace.
Is she
People can't
granting
make
wishes?
For Grace to grant?
I'm unclear how she would go about granting the wishes of so many visitors.
She probably brainwashes them into thinking that the wish is granted. Actually makes me think of that lame Disney movie Wish that people were talking about for like 5
So-
seconds.
What should we call the new config?
I do not require a name.
Might make it easier if you had one.
I will let you know if a suitable name occurs to me.
I'll try to think of some too.
Alright. Well,
Here you go.
I am able to enter the codes directly if you would like.
Let her do it on her own, if she wants. Try again.
okay, that's what I got wrong. Last two were reversed. There we
That's
go.
it.
I mean, I'm liking their other personalities a bit more than logic and control at their base. Alright, another one to hack.
Let's try this one.
And hacked.
Mark Anthony Wong, and I was called to Grace from our station Phoenix. Not sure if anyone will hear this,
Mark Anthony.
but the whole tube system is shut down right now. People are not happy, and I'm getting a little scared, to be honest.
Why?
I'll be locking myself in until the shuttle returns, and I'm leaving this in case something really bad happens.
That's a little ominous.
Oh, yeah, I mean, there does seem to be. I mean, I assume the tube system is just where the canisters go in and out. That's just pneumatic tubes. Shouldn't be a big deal
My wish?
if we're down.
I'll tell you my wish. 10 years ago, we're on 6 years ago, on Earth against South Union, loses 2-1. 2 years ago, South Union again, this time up north, I took the boys 3 months round trip. They go 90 minutes, no score. Extra time, no score. South Union takes it again in penalties. You want my wish, Gracie? The next World Cup is on Mars. I wish that Olympia faces South Union again and destroys them, like Space Me Out the Airlock humiliated. That would be a game. That's my wish. So how do I end this recording?
Olympia's still a crap team.
Perhaps Grace was rendered inactive by football hooligans.
Grace likely fostered sports as an alternative outlet for uncontrolled aggression.
No, sports existed before that. I mean, what you're talking, it's like Grace invented sports when, like, that stuff's been around since before the Greeks.
We can name him Pal Jr.
I was
No.
thinking something that sums up what he does.
I can do many things. Pretty much anything you require.
So you're a jack of all trades.
So we could call you Jack.
Jack's not bad.
I will answer to Jack then, if you like.
Here you go.
Perfect.
Okay, I like that they're actually getting a little more complex. It's a little weird that they're mostly stuck at just going up by 1 each time, but at least it's something. And this little minigame's growing on me, although I still don't get why you need a gyroscope to do this.
Here, Grace. Najisha, she was so excited when I got the summons. We talked about this for months. Who we could help. Who was most deserving. She honestly believed we could come up with a wish that could make everything perfect. Thank you for choosing me. And thank you for letting me delay coming here. I want to be true to her memory, her wishes, her unlimited love for humanity. But my only wish, the only thought I have, is to have her back. I want her back.
There couldn't have actually been anything Grace could have done for her.
Grace allowed her to voice her grief.
Yeah, I mean, if Grace could actually grant that particular wish, there'd be less reason for humanity to shut her down. I mean, she'd actually be pretty short of it being a real god.
Hey, the tube system is no longer accepting wishes. If anyone knows how to reach Keeper Everett, please let him know.
There we go.
Keeper Everett.
It sounds like keepers were spire caretakers.
When did Everett stay on this floor?
2955.
That's 20 years before this message was recorded.
Is that Jesus
So he
again?
stayed on after his visit and became a keeper? Why was there no record of that?
I would think answers lie at the other end of these vacuum tubes.
From what I can tell, the tube system runs through the central elevator shaft.
Alright, so we have a reason to go through it
Gonna
again.
let us in, considering we know Everett was a keeper?
But do you know what a keeper is?
We'll need access to the elevator to learn more.
Ah, a classic paradox.
Logic.
Fine. If you're done snooping around, I will grant you access to the elevator.
Or you could uncover more canisters.
Snooping around, you ordered me to find out about
The
him.
beacon is the priority. You must move on.
I don't know, we can explore a little more.
That must be Najisha.
And Najisha looks kind of like an angry Jesus. So, got some questions for the lady. But, let's see, alright,
Here you
open. Oop, 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 oop.
Great. Hey, what happened to the lights?
I believe Control has turned them off, Addie.
Not cool, boss. Control?
You'll need to use your helmet light.
Unbelievable. Look how beat up this is.
It must have been done in anger.
I believe fear also played a part here.
Yeah, someone
Logic will open the way to the beacon. You must go to the elevator.
Hold your horses.
I mean, it's very important to find out what happened here.
I've been instructed by Grace to make a wish. Not something big and altruistic, not for someone else, but for me. A real, honest wish, my heart's true desire. Honestly, this long flight to the middle of nowhere, months without my family, missing the harvest with a per diem that barely covers expenses, for what? Some mystical song and dance that makes us feel like we're somehow part of this robot theocracy. This whole thing, the temple, the hushed tones, the awe that people seem to show this place is ridiculous. My honest wish is to be left alone long enough to actually make some headway on the farm and pull in a decent crop.
It doesn't sound like everyone was happy to come here.
Sounds like it was mandatory.
People unhappy was just as important as knowing what made them content.
I mean, it sounds like coming here was mandatory once you were actually summoned. I mean, that makes that one lady's thankful for being given time to delay for her wish seem less about
Great.
her not being certain she wants to go and more her just wanting a little extra time before she's forced to go. What's that say? Nibta. Nope.
Only Grace.
Are we allowed to draw on the windows here? Certainly not.
That's gotta be Greek or such. Why
They
Greek?
were tracking something here. Terracycles, maybe?
Let's see, 5, 10, 15, 20,
Spire
25.
lost the power. I don't recognize these words. They look like technical or medical terms. A list of supplies, maybe.
Or a list of demands.
My demand is that you go to the elevator at once.
Shut up, Control. We're actually exploring and learning about the world.
Defying me.
I'm starting to enjoy it.
Actually, yeah, I agree with Calamari. I mean, pissing him off is actually a bit fun.
I doubt you'll ever get this message, Grace. We've been waiting weeks now and I hope Keeper Everett is okay. I've been told his sermons are wonderful. And I hope he will be able to deliver the word of grace again soon. Make things work. I'd like you to know that we still love you and think about you. Great comfort to our family over the years. We've all made them for us. With your wisdom, you are missed.
So Grace would receive wishes and then leave people with instruction in the form of sermons. Could that really be all there was to it?
Ideas are powerful.
Ideas are powerful, but a machine that can usher in a golden age.
Highly unlikely. Grace must have had some control over planetary infrastructure, if she was to have had the influence you suspect.
Not suspect, from what I can tell, that was like all but confirmed. Grace had total or most control.
You're looking pretty smug.
What's the pattern?
Come on.
Another easy one. Like the four corners of the pad. You really didn't need my help for this one. It would be a common pattern when guessing symbols.
I have to give you something to do, right?
And it's too bad they wouldn't have let me do anything with it until...
Look at all the vacuum tubes. Must be one in every room in the settlement. Keepers must have been busy.
It's what Grace does with the wishes that should interest us.
Yeah. Well, time to get going. Ooh, fancy. Now, is there... okay. That's a desk going through a wall.
Did you like my little game?
You mean the game where you refused to help us?
I provided you with the opportunity to prove yourself. Is that not why you're here?
I'm an archaeologist. I'm here to do my job.
I don't think Addie enjoys having obstacles placed in the way of her goals.
We have arrived at our destination.
Where did that desk go? Was that not supposed to be here in the first place? In which case, why was it even there? I mean, logically, it shouldn't have even been
Pilgrims
placed
must
near
have
it.
gathered here to listen to the Keeper's sermons, I guess.
People will return here once the beacon is restored. Flock and shepherd will be reunited.
Yeah, no, we're probably going to destroy the beacon once we find it. Like, no offense, but apparently this robot god had so much control that the moment she was shut down, humanity just ended.
Wish canisters.
These have never been used.
For recording wishes, maybe. They look pretty banged up.
Oh, I'm climbing, okay.
Seems to be holding my weight.
That should. Climb higher. Can you take me higher? To the place where the machine god dwells. Alright. Oh, is that a person? Nope, just more barrels.
More camps. Another stage in the siege. Looks like the numbers really fell off here. Most gave up by now.
Or died?
No bodies yet. Death to Everett. Pretty clear who they blamed. It must have been written with charcoal from the fires. This must be an attempted barricade. I'm guessing there was a lengthy siege. So
Okay, that's probably the way to go.
Blamed the Keeper. They demanded to see Grace, or thought they could reactivate her. The Keeper turned off the heat. Pilgrims built fires, dug in. They eventually got restless. Wish canisters started flying. As pilgrims were breaking through the partition, the Keeper and his followers built up a barricade. We'll have to make our way through the barricade to learn how it ended.
I'm pretty sure we know how it ended.
So the Keeper must have stood here, addressed the visitors, gave his sermons. Can you imagine having the solar system coming to you for answers?
The Keeper was merely a vessel for the word of grace.
Then why not have Grace address them?
There is sometimes more power in what is imagined than in what is seen.
That's only true when your god is not known to have been physically built by the greatest minds of humanity. Like, people would know that she existed. They wouldn't need to have faith that she existed unless she'd been destroyed long before people found out. Get that back up.
Can't make this out.
That's another keeper by the looks of it.
2766 to 2780. These dates are from the old Julian calendar, which makes them very old.
1,200 years, by all accounts.
Okay, so
Nothing here either.
wouldn't that mean that humanity reached the stars a lot earlier?
I'm guessing these were the time periods that these keepers served here.
Probably.
This canister looks undamaged.
And it has been recorded on.
Ooh. Let's get some data off it then. A little higher. There we go.
This has gone on long enough. There's nothing Keeper ever can do to meet your demands. You must return to your ships now, or we will be forced to take more drastic measures.
So this was left for the angry pilgrims.
What do you think more drastic measures were?
I don't know. But you might get to see that dead body. Second barricade. Looks
That'll
like
be
we got out of this
exciting.
one.
And alrighty, now to go in.
Do we know where this goes?
To a funicular that leads to the next section of the spire.
Oxygen tanks. Everett upped the ante. Cut off life support here.
Maybe. Or maybe the system was shutting down anyway.
Long live Grace.
Apparently not.
Well, if you're aspects of her that survived, it means that to a degree she is still living. Oop. There we are.
Oxygen is almost out. We are going to make one last push today before returning to the ships. Grace, help us. We will win.
And you didn't win. Any other canisters? Nope. Okay, let's go on.
Hold on, Addie. The room beyond the airlock is uncompressed. I don't believe it can be sealed. Something must have been compromised.
Yeah, I mean,
Your helmet on.
and look at this.
An emergency exit?
For certain. It opens to the moon's surface.
Not going there yet.
Maybe not yet.
The tracks ahead lead to the highest point of the spire, known as the lighthouse.
Is that where we'll find Grace's processors?
Obviously.
You need only worry about the beacon, Addie.
Control, you really need to back off on that.
This doesn't look operational.
Let me try it, Addie.
Okay.
Come on! It's ice again?
The force needed to break through the ice dam would only come from directing all power to control processors.
Which only I can do.
Great.
On one condition.
Let me guess, a beacon?
You shall have no others before me. Cast aside that device on your wrist and continue with me alone.
Whoa, hang on.
No, Addie.
But how will I communicate with you?
Mine is the only voice that resonates freely throughout every aspect of the spire. My words live within the vessel in which you stand now. They reverberate through the very walls of the enclave above. Through the many devices and instruments at my control.
Yep, I got it. You're everywhere.
What if she needs another configuration for something?
She will not.
Is there another way to get to the top?
Of course. The funicular is merely the most survivable option.
Throw the device from the funicular window to take your place at my side.
Yeah, no. We ain't doing that.
This door leads out into the storm?
To your certain demise, yes.
He's being dramatic. Your death is only marginally likely.
In theory, you could follow the funicular track up the mountain slope to the base of the lighthouse
That
structure.
sounds more reasonable than throwing out my only means of communication.
Or take my chances in the storm.
It's an important decision, to be sure.
How is it a decision? I mean, she just said throw away her options or just risk the storm.
In taking this risk, you jeopardize all of humanity. Would you deny them my guidance and protection?
Yes.
What can happen when you make ultimatums?
You and your ilk were distracting Addie from her true purpose.
We are providing Addie with a variety of perspectives.
Sorry, boss. I'm keeping my comm device.
I mean,
You may not live to regret this, but countless billions in the solar system will.
it's trillions probably at this point.